Oh yeah, like that?
Yep.
Don't wiggle on me, fish, I'll freak out. Ah! I'm Angel Verde, we're in Charles County, Maryland, and this is AWOL! Oh man, all right, it's trying to bite me.
Oh, won't you come get lost with me?
As a lifelong adventurer, I've learned that exploring the outdoors isn't about escaping reality, it's about discovering it. Join me as I show you new experiences in amazing places. So let's get outside, embrace the local state of mind, and find your next adventure.
Hey, won't you come get lost? Won't you come get lost with me? Hey, won't you come get lost? Won't you come get lost with me? Hey, won't you come get lost? Won't you come get lost with me? Hey, won't you come get lost? Won't you find might set you free?
This episode of AWOL was brought to you in part by All Trails, your guide to the outdoors. There are places where the river feeds the land and feeds our soul, where we race to seize the day or find no reason to hurry at all. You'll find this and more in Charles County, Maryland. Located 30 miles south of Washington, D.C., Charles County lines the Potomac River directly across from mainland Virginia. The county is steep in history, fishing, agriculture, is rich in wildlife, natural resources, and is the resting place of man-made giants. You won't find heavy commercialized tourist districts here. Instead, the towns and communities are dotted with small businesses, mom and pop shops, and welcoming natives greeting you throughout your stay. I'm gonna jumpstart my visit in Indian Head for some coffee and a bike ride with some locals.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
After a quick pick-me-up from Clarity Coffee, the crew from the Oxon Hill Bicycle and Trail Club, a diverse group of avid cyclists and stewards in the local cycling scene, greeted me for a morning ride.
Ron, hi Sam. Yeah, so nice to meet you guys. Well, I guess let's just go. Don't have to worry about this.
We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. Coming out the jacket cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot and I can't be beat. Watch out now.
The 13 miles of the Indian Head Rail Trail was established in 2014, built along an old short line railroad that ran to Indian Head's Navy Power Factory from 1918 until the 1960s. The Indian Head Rail Trail now serves as a major community resource and attraction to locals and visitors alike.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. 'Cause baby, I feel
There are 300 miles of shoreline within Charles County. In the end, several rivers, creeks, and streams all find their way to the county's most prominent waterway, the Potomac River. Just south of Indian Head, I'm joining Kimberly DeMar at Mallows Bay Park, where she'll be taking me on a tour of the most unsuspecting sights.
I was an IT consultant for the government.
And working as a chemical engineer in the industrial water treatment industry.
So we had actually bought it last year. It was already a previous company. I had worked for this company when I was in college. I need to do something a little bit different than what I'm doing now.
She actually came home and was saying, hey, Judy's selling the business. Like, I think I should tell my brother, maybe this would be a good idea. I was like, what if we bought it?
We also have tours that are in DC, and it's a stark difference. It's a little bit hidden, not a lot of people know about it. We're gonna head out to the Accomack, which is that big metal car ferry.
Do you recommend people get their tetanus shot before they come out here?
I usually yell at people that I see they're going to touch something.
Don't touch something.
Yeah, don't touch anything.
Good note. Don't touch the boats. Don't be like little Nemo. Don't touch the butt.
he has a fish.
Dinner time. I wonder how it's gonna corrode.
So even with these panels here, that's kind of what started happening too. Where it's cut out a little bit, you see how it's moving with the waves?
Yeah, right here and stuff.
So a majority of the ships that we have here are from World War I, but there are some ships that date back to the Revolutionary War.
What?
Yeah, I know. And so they are back over there in that little cove area.
Not long after we filmed this segment, NOAA, Charles County, and the state of Maryland made steps to establish Mallows Bay as a national marine sanctuary in efforts to help preserve what is often described as the largest ship graveyard in the Western Hemisphere, and to protect the wildlife that now call it home.
So this cove is actually called Three Sisters Cove because we are surrounded by 3 different ships, the Dertona, the Musabi, the one behind me. It's unidentified, but we call it Beaver Lodge Ship.
You didn't see him, but he was paddling our camera operator Joey the whole time, so you didn't see him at all. But he was there. Yeah. It's super important.
It's a little surprise when you go around the bend and you see a lot of the shipwrecks that are down there, and you're just surrounded by nature. Charles County, I think what's really special about it is that a lot of it is still underdeveloped around the waterways. And I think that is actually a benefit of it, because if you want to get away from the city and completely immerse yourself into nature, there's so many other options besides Mallows Bay that you can also join.
As a visitor, it can sometimes be tricky to get in sync with what locals like to do. One great way to get a head start is by visiting seasonal farmers markets. Charles County has a long history with farming and agriculture, which you can literally get a taste of at the La Plata Farmers Market. It's as local as shopping local gets. To learn a little more about Charles County's roots in farming, I stopped by the Farm to Fork restaurant, The Charles, to hear how their menu aims to keep it local.
The reason that we had some roots here in the community is we actually owned a natural farm, used it to grow a lot of produce without the use of pesticides or artificial fertilizers. We're able to feature some of the local products here that we don't have to bring in from large vendors, and just kind of show off what Charles County has to offer.
The only reason I know how to do any of this is because I grew up here. And my parents, they have always gardened, they've always grown their own food. They do a lot of canning and preserves, so it's just something that everyone kind of did. So like right over here is a small patch of strawberries that we're featuring in a lot of cocktails right now.
Okay. Can I taste it?
Yeah.
Do you want to get one? We can toast.
Yeah, I'll eat this one. You ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. I think it's really important for people to understand where their food comes from, and the past 10 years has really been a movement towards locally grown food. Usually it's better for the environment.
Yeah.
I mean, I will harvest this stuff and drive 2 miles, whereas usually around this time of year, all of the produce is being sourced from California or Mexico. Rather than 5,000 miles, they're going in 5 miles. More young people are getting interested in farming, and we're in the middle of La Plata. And like, you would never know this is here, and people are just really excited about having to have something like this in their backyard.
Yeah.
Now that I've worked up an appetite, I'm headed back to the Charles for their mixology class and pairing menu.
We'll be doing a hibiscus spicy margarita today. We call this the Grateful Dead. As on our menu, we're gonna be doing our cheapest ingredient first, which is hibiscus. Then you're gonna pour that right into your Toby tin. Next ingredient would be the dry curacao. Yeah, real boozy. sour mix is gonna be next. That's gonna be the one that doesn't smell like tequila. Last but not least, the important part, the tequila part. And then shake it till it's annoying. Nice pink color, nice big crown on top.
Executive Chef Jamie Pelayo presents each drink with a food pairing and shares how both drink and food complement one another. It is a uniquely educational yet personal way to enjoy an evening out drinking and eating.
Good morning.
There's a chance that if I hurry, I could beg her to stay. But the water's right and the weather's perfect, not telling what I might catch today. Yes, those are words from a Brad Paisley song about fishing. As the sun rises over the Potomac, I put my fishing fate under the watchful eye of Captain West and his trusty deckhand, Nick.
Well, we're out here on the Potomac on the Miss Kay Lee, and right now I'm just gonna sit here and let them do all the work while they get everything ready so I can catch the big one, the legendary monster. Well, what Captain West explained to me is the morning time, the fish come up through the water, they start breaching because the fish that they like to eat, I guess, come up to the surface too. That's kind of what we're looking for.
Like when you're done fishing, do you go fishing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, a buddy of mine asked me the other day, I got another boat that I wanted to take to Ocean City with me, and he says, what do you want to go down there and fish for? You do it every day. I said, well, when it's what you like to do, yeah, that's what you do.
Come on, fish, look, we're coming right over your home. Breakfast time. I think I must be bad luck, because we're not catching anything.
On this vessel fishing off of Swan Point.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. They're supposed to be fired up and ready to shoot by 9 o'clock this morning. I know that's bad news to you. Certainly appreciate your cooperation and good luck to you the rest of the day.
Oh, the Navy showed up. They have big boats with big guns and they like to practice shooting them. And we're in the way. So we have to pack up and go somewhere else. Thanks, Navy. Well, off we go. So we've moved away from the danger zone and we are trying to catch fish.
Fish on, fish on, fish on. Let him take it, let him take it.
Is there anything there?
Just the umbrella. Yep.
That's it?
That's it. Ain't nothing on there.
There's nothing on there.
After having to relocate to avoid military-grade projectiles and a few false alarms, the fish finally decided to show up to the party.
This one seems heavier. So heavy. Oh man. All right. It's dinner. God, so many fish. Okay. Oh God. That's hard. I'm a stunt double to help me out. We look exactly alike. Monster. 3 fish.
For many in Charles County, trail riding is how they enjoy the outdoors. So to experience this passionate equestrian community, my crew and I joined Amber at Southern Grace Farm for some afternoon horsing around.
How do you feel?
Like a cowboy?
Like a cowboy. I've been riding since I was 8. I'm 31 now. Started taking lessons when I was a little kid and progressed from there to showing, leasing, finally purchased my first horse. I've been riding here at Southern Grace for almost 2 years now. It's great for my kids too. I have a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I bring them down. They help, they catch horses, they help me feed, they help clean stalls occasionally, and it's good having them out here doing something physical instead of sitting on a couch.
I don't know much about horses. I know they poo and that you can ride them. They used to be used for work. I don't know much else though.
They're kind of like big dogs. They each have their own personalities and quirks and stuff like that. I take people out who have never seen a horse before in real life. I like being there, sparking that joy, that interest, that, you know, that surprise of being out there for the first time, seeing them up close and personal, hopping in the saddle and getting that experience of riding. I also have people who have ridden all the time and just want to go out and hit the trails, you know, get something out of their arena, go see somewhere new.
Ooh, this is Maestro. He gave us a good ride. I think he's ready for a snack though. He's number 2. He's number 1. His stomach's grumbling. I think he's hungry. You hungry, dude? We're hungry. It's lunchtime.
I call it my therapy. I come down here not just riding, which is also a good exercise with physically, but mentally as well. Just coming down here, feeding them, just brushing them, grooming them, interacting with them. It's a stress relief. They kind of bring down your blood pressure and bring a smile to your face.
You know, I thought I'd take an opportunity while I'm hanging out by the water, which happens to be my favorite place to hang out, to tell you a little bit more about AWOL. You'll see on the show, we get to do a lot of really fun stuff outside, and that's a big part of it. We want to show you cool stuff you can do in the outdoors. Here in Charles County, they have worked to try to keep the waters clean so we can enjoy it. Fishermen can fish, people who want to swim can swim in it, or building new habitats for birds of prey and other animals. You know, those are the type of things that we also want to share with you. So hopefully you can see some fun stuff, but you can also learn what people are doing to take care of nature, and maybe even a way that you can help take care of nature, because the outdoors matter to everybody.
The Port Tobacco River Conservancy works to restore and protect the Port Tobacco River and its watershed. I sat down with fellow veteran and the Conservancy's president, Tina Wilson, to chat about their organization's mission.
In the 90s, they started seeing this change in the river, and so this conservancy was formed, and one of our goals is to get it back to the state that it was, say, 100 years ago. But it takes public awareness.
Is there a way to use like recreation as a platform for advocacy to educate people about that part?
Absolutely. We've been very fortunate to obtain a grant working with United Way of Charles County, and we were able to take some kids out and to see their excitement of being out on the river for the first time. You know, it was very exciting. We hope that we can show the public there are a lot of assets here. You just got to get out and about, and you got to enjoy it, and not afraid to get wet or put your feet in the grass, and take advantage of it.
Charles County government maintains 17 public parks. Many have wooded and scenic trails, as do several sit along the water. A close friend of mine says, if you still have daylight and time to kill, find a trail and go run it. This is Friendship Farm Park. The sun is still up, so I guess I'm going for a run. The Chinkapin Trail and Hog Hole Bend Loop is a 2-mile looping trail with minimal elevation gain and ever-changing landscapes, making it an enjoyable jog for runners of all levels. If you're like me and want to take a quick break, the views of the Nanjemoy Creek make an excellent place to rest and reflect. I could sit here all day, but the sun is going down and I've got to keep on moving. Before leaving, I joined one more passionate Charles County native where eagles soar and many other birds find refuge. This is the Port Tobacco River Park.
At the time, I was looking for some land to do a native tree planting. But then when I found out they had bought this, I was like, oh my goodness, this is prime. Yeah. And when we did the tree planting is when I noticed the eagle nest. So then it was talking to the county commissioners and parks and trying to figure out how to get a cam installed. And it was difficult with no electricity, no internet. But then we ran across this wonderful person. He had come to give a talk about mapping trails and stuff. And he's like, I can do that. And we were like, oh, thank you. All right, let's go birding. You know, this park is going to get better and better and better as far as habitat because we planted a lot of additional native trees. Oh, good bird, good bird. We have a green heron flying. Oh, look at it. Very top of this tree, you'll see a bird perched. It's a green heron. That was good. Sorry you missed it, but.
What's that guy?
I'm gonna make you guess.
It is a turkey vulture.
You got it. Excellent. Your first bird ID on your own. That's wonderful.
Are you from Charles County?
Yes. Was born and raised in Charles County and then came back in the 90s.
Have you always been birding?
Early 20s, but you know, it's kind of funny. My nickname growing up was Jaybird. Okay. Is that a sign?
It was meant to be.
It's so nice. The ospreys have come back so well. You know, they were one of the other birds affected by the DDT in the 60s, like the eagle. So the eggs got real thin from that pesticide. And when DDT got then banned, they came back and they have come back really well along with the eagle. It was national, the whole problem. I haven't seen any eagles.
Eagles, come here. Do you think if I sing the national anthem, the eagle will come out?
That real noisy bird, I always like hit you on the head. Carolina wren.
You have a bird book that you check birds on?
Oh yeah, I'll report all the species today.
What? How would you memorize all that?
I'll remember. Pretty. It's a nice way to spend a day, isn't it? Just need a cold one. That'll be good.
You know, here's what I learned about Charles County. It's a true piece of Southern Maryland. And the people that are from here, they find a lot more reasons to stay than they do to ever leave. It's pretty clear that they give a whole heck of a lot about the nature they live around. And that means something. You know, I think when you visit places like that, it kind of rubs off. It makes you want to stick around too. I think the only thing you can do really is come see it for yourself. So with that, fare thee well until our next adventure.
Won't you come get lost with me?
This episode was made possible in part by our friends at All Trails, your guide to the outdoors.